we're about to go in depth on the one thing that I changed many years ago that helped me catch more fish with the crankbait. I'm going to do it to help you guys out on the big plug, as you see right here, guys. Welcome to the Fishing Coach YouTube channel. We're going to talk about the change and other tips before you ever go out on the water and try to catch bass with these big crankbaits. I got my crankbaits out, okay? I got them out right here. I got a box of your 6XD styles, of the 8 to 10XD styles. We got a couple different brands. I'm not stuck to one brand. As you see right here, I got 2 deep diving crankbait rods. I got the 6-inch right here, it's the C20. And I got a Profound Outdoors, the Z-Boss. Okay, it's the 24-foot one. And so like right here, my other box, like I said, I'm not stuck to one brand. I got Spro, that's the big one. Got the 6 inches. We got more of the Profound Outdoors. I got some of the Strike King. Then when you get in my other box over here, a lot of Strike Kings. Got the Rapalas mixed in there as well, guys. But let's talk about that change right off the bat, because I know some of y'all want to hear the change. And through this video, I'm going to share clips too of me fishing with the deep diving crankbait from a variety of different scenarios. There they are. Another one. That's a big one. That's a big one. That's a big one, buzz. Welcome to Deep Cranking. Oh my gosh. I ain't as big as I thought. This big. Oh yeah, we'll take you. Yeah, there you go, there you go, there you go. Freaking. All right, I'll get you hooked up on a crankbait, man. But on my background with the crankbait, when KVD started making his little run, I wanted to be like Kevin Van Dam. I don't care where I was fishing, I wanted to catch fish with it, and I learned a lot about it through those years. And this was just me having 2D sonar. I didn't even have a map on my boat. I was using the Navionics web app on my phone for places and fishing lakes that didn't have maps as well. I was looking for my phone, but it's right here. So with that, guys, I was doing a lot of learning on my own. I remember actually on my Facebook sending Mark Davis a message like later on. Like I was about 2008, 9, 10 when I was getting the crankbait, but it's not a bit more of that 10 range when we started getting confidence with it and catching fish with it offshore consistently. But I think it was like 2011, I sent Mark Davis a Facebook message and I asked, what pound line test are you throwing? Okay guys, I have to make a correction as I'm editing the video, I realized. So I threw these 6XD, 5XD, 6XD from 2008, 9 through 2012. Then the 10XD started becoming relevant. And guys, this was before the social media days, you know, YouTube days. This was Bassmaster magazines and watching the tournaments. And so I really didn't know what line to throw. I threw a lot of those 5 and 8XD or 5 and 6XDs on the 8 to 10. And I didn't really know. I was snapping it, as I'm going to talk about. The line would snap as I'm casting, break on fish. And then when I got to the 8 to 10, I was trying to figure out what line size to throw. And with the rod, I didn't really have the right rod either. But I went through trial and error. But guys, just to let you know, like I even asked Mark Davis. Like I asked him a Facebook message. And this was back in 2013 when I was trying to figure out that 8 to 10 XD. And he's too busy, professional tournament angler, to respond back to me until like over 10 years later. I started off with like 14, 16, and I just didn't think it was getting deep enough because I knew where I was fishing. And then I went to 12, and I know a lot of people, and then there's mono. Okay, I know people talk about the mono, but the line is the key. So I like using fluorocarbon. The line I kind of got to is 12-pound test for these big plugs. I don't care if I'm fishing crazy cover. Now I'm not fishing. I've caught fish with this at Lake Fork with 12-pound test. I know that you can probably go 14, 16, and there's people that I know that go 16-pound mono even. But that lighter line gives it more action. And I like the fluoro because I can get it down there deeper. And I really think I get a lot of bites and catch fish with this is because it gets down to those depths fast. And that light line gives this more action. Now guys, I did 8 and 10-pound test. But I'm going to talk about here in a little bit that 8-pound test after catching a couple fish or not, dude, it would snap. And it would sometimes snap at the knot. It would snap up here. I'd find my crankbait floating and it'd be snapped up here. So 12 was like that magic number on the line for me of where it wouldn't break and I could still get this thing super down. Like I said, I know guys that fish a crankbait lot, 14-pound test, 16, for these giant plugs that you like see right here. Like I said, I got a whole box of them right here. Like here we are. These dudes are all tangled up. But 12 to me is that number. And I've had a lot of success with it. Like I said, it gives the action. And it gets down there deeper. Now with forward-facing sonar, you see how deep it actually gets down there. It's crazy how they hit this thing. Oh, I saw that one eat it. That's a giant. Here he comes. That's not big as that other one. I saw the one go down there and get it. Yeah, I'll get him. It's a 4.5 to 5. But then also with the 12-pound test, one thing I was mentioned earlier was the knot. And guys, I'm about to cut this and tie the knot for y'all. But I was having a problem with my knots. So there's a couple knots I was using when I was younger, and then I kind of got on this one. I'm going to share, I've been told what this one's called, but I really don't even know if that's exactly it. But I saw Skeet Reese tie this in a Bassmaster Elite Series event. And at that time, the person I was with that we were watching it had recording. Like, I didn't have DVR at my house, but I had DVR, and I just went back and forth and watched it. And so I never had problems with this knot since then. I've not for light line fluorocarbon jerkbaits, you know, type deals, but this crankbait it hasn't. These crankbaits are big, they're heavy. So here we go. Now that my pole's right there, so my line's not crossing over my arm, I made that look easy, if you guys know what I'm talking about. So, put it through there once, right there. All right. Now I'm gonna bring the tag line, okay? And I'm gonna wrap the tag line around both of these, like this, okay? You're seeing it 6, 7, 8 times, sure. Lick it, and you have a loop right there at the top. I'll put the tag through there, and then we're gonna cinch it down, okay? Boom, cinch it down, and there we go. That one looks as good as that other one I just did, but that's the knot. And I've heard different names for that one, and I don't exactly know the name. I just call it, I saw Skeet Reese do it. So that's the knot I use, and it's very, very key. Let me know down in the comments what knot y'all use if y'all have had any comments or anything on it, and the line size. Let me know y'all's line size for the crankbait, okay? Now, next thing, let's talk about the rod. That's a very important piece. Now I'm gonna go into the hooks and all that other stuff. This is everything you need to know before you go out and crank. So this is 7/9 medium, heavy, moderate. I've grew up with the KVD. My favorite rod was the KVD, the Quantum original KVD cranking rod. Big old glass rod. 7.4, loved it. But then as these crankbaits got bigger, so that 7.4 wasn't big enough for these big plugs. So as the crankbaits got bigger, I got a bigger rod. Used, I think it was a 710 or 711. And then I went with level, and that was one of the things I asked. Like I was very particular. I wanted to know a spoon rod, a minnow rod, deep cranking rod. Because worm rods, bladed jig rods, all that to me is kind of like, yeah, it's kind of like the same. But the cranking rod matters. My spoon rod, I had to have a spoon, and then the minnow. And then so I wanted one of these rods to check, and I was impressed. So one thing about the longer rod, and I'll throw a 5 and 6XD on this too, not just these big ones, but with the longer rod, you're getting very far cast. And with that cast, it's getting these crankbaits down to their desired depths, okay? So with that in mind, okay, the desired depths is the longer the cast, you're getting it down the depths, you're letting this thing work. And like I said, with that lighter line, it's letting this thing work and you're getting it down there. Now, one thing I will say too about the rod, then let's say you get them down there and then you get the bite. You want to make sure it is not stiff enough to where it loads up and then you can fight them fish in. So I'm impressed with this one right here, okay? Like I said, guys, I used the KVD cranking rod forever until this, all right? I'm not just gonna tell you this is the best one ever, but it approves by me and my offshore cranking, and I've caught fish with it, okay? I have. I also used the Denali. I caught a dang 7.3 and a 3.7 at the same time on Denali covert cranking rod, okay? That was a 7.6 one. So there you got one. Got one? Yeah, that's a good fish. Good fish. Here it comes up. Oh my, yeah, that's a good one. Stay down. I wonder how big you are.
It should be a light bass or something.
I got two. 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 I got two.
I can't get them.
That one's a giant. That one's a massive one.
I can't get them in.
They're in the net. They're in the net. Yeah! Boom! 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 Look at that!
Oh my God!
Look at that! Here you go. All right. But I'm impressed with them. Love them. If you want any question on the level rods, send me a question. Okay. I got my link down there. If you make an order, I get 5% of it. Now, next thing we need to talk about, and it happened to me the other day, a mistake I made, is with one of these profound crankbaits. I had a profound crankbait that's caught a lot of fish. Now, these come with some really good hooks, and you need to make sure you have a crankbait that comes with good hooks or that you put good ones on if you're fishing a tournament. Fishing for fun, you can still use them and sharpen them, but if you're fishing for money, you need to upgrade your hooks because you want to make sure you have the sharpest hooks. So, but one thing on my Profound Outdoors crankbait, I caught a lot of fish with it. A lot for the last 3 years. It's beat up. I've not changed the hooks. Well, I'm fishing for fun. I'm doing lessons. Well, one thing that happened was I didn't check it, but the split ring was beat up. And I've seen Milliken in a video on one of his crankbaits, 6 Centrals, I got him, lose a fish because the split ring broke. And I was like, man, ain't that bush league? Like, I've never, I've never experienced that. I've been cranking for a long time. Well, guess what? It finally happened to me. I hooked up 4-pounder. That thing jumps off near the boat. And I'm like, oh, it just threw me off. The back split ring was gone and the hook was gone. And I was like, wow, that dude just literally somehow pulled that thing. And I thought like the hook, I was also missing a hook back there. I had a hook broken. So I was like, wow, okay. So, okay, another thing, and this one's kind of like now an argument with people, and I'm just gonna share my opinion. Okay, so I can't even see it. I think this is a 5.3 to gear 1, but it's a gear ratio. I like a lower speed gear ratio, but there are some people that wanna go higher to get that thing down there quicker. And so I like a slower one. A slower one doesn't wear me out as much throughout the day. Now, I speed crank, and I'll kill it and stop it though, but I speed crank. But some people like that faster, higher one, and it gets down there, but what it does is like you're reeling that thing, and it seems to wear you out more. This right here, like I said, guys, is what? It's an old Lose one. Don't even say it. It's supposed to say it right there. This guy's a Corrado. This one's a 5 something gear ratio. I don't see it either, but I got this when I was 16 years old. Like, I purposely got this for cranking, 16 or 17. And I purposely got it for cranking, and I'm still using it. So one thing about the reels is if you do get a good high quality reel, that they typically will last. And but that's one thing. So I have 3 cranking rods, but there's 2 of them right here. My other one's down in the box. But these are my deep plug. Okay, with the crankbait, just make sure you understand what fish you're targeting. There's kind of 2 different types of fish, and almost 3 now. With forward facing opens up a whole new ball game. But before it was like fish in cover. That could be on flats, points, ledges, drops. And I mean cover like grass. It could be timber, it could be brush piles. Before we learned how to catch a lot of fish with the brush, we'd have our marker buoy out there, we'd throw the right side of it, the left side, then bring that thing through it. And it seemed like if you got bit, you're gonna get bit right away. Well, that's true. And now with live scope, we can see how you pull them all out and they don't even always eat, right? And then also with what we're fishing with is your ledges and your flats and how they set up. You're typically always got told you want to catch fish on the bottom, and that's true. When they're in them big schools on the bottom, my Tennessee River guys know, and I got lakes around here where they do it. But one thing is current is a factor. One thing I've learned forward facing is even if they're not exactly on the bottom, like they could be 2 foot above it, they go down. Like they're going down. This thing is going under them. It's a reaction strike, and they go down there and just hit it. It's sweet and it's fun to watch. But that's one thing, that just understand what fish you're targeting with this. Like that, but there are guys that are starting to fish like a jerkbait. Like they'll reel crank, and then they're fishing like a jerkbait. I've known guys chase giants, bigs in those smaller lakes with it just because it's like a bigger jerkbait. And then it's just pretty neat to how it has adapt with forward facing. Okay guys, one thing about crankbait fishing is understand how fish set up on your structure and cover, and current could be a big factor of that, guys. Let me share you a new feature on the Deep Dive app. That is the stream flow chart. With the stream flow chart, you can see your major streams, and then with that you can see the dam generation schedule or the current that is getting pulled at the time and for the future forecast. Instead of going through multiple apps or the websites, this app pulls it from the source that you need to see it from. It's pretty neat, something I've been asking them to do, and they've put this thing in the app a few months ago. I'm excited about it. It's helped me understand how the fish are going to be for my upcoming trips when I'm out here on my on-the-water lessons and my guide trips. And also, let's say it rains a lot, like it has been doing. It has rained. Okay, across the country. It's rained so much. And with it, you can see these little creeks, the little inflows of where all of a sudden the current's gone up. And that's something that you can see as well. Pretty neat feature with the stream flow chart, guys. You can get the Deep Dive app at the Google Play Store or Apple Store. Check it out today. Okay, guys, let me know what you think about the line. What size line are you using with the big plug? Okay, guys, thank you for watching the Fish Coach YouTube channel. Now we'll go see you on the next one. And actually, I forgot. Let's go to the Faith Juice segment. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Faith Juice part of the episode where I share motivation part, scripture, whatever's on my heart. And appreciate all the feedback I get from you guys. The comments mean a lot. Seeing people in public tell me that this part of the episode brings something to their day, and it does mean the positive encouragement does help and means a lot, guys. So today, what I'm going to share something kind of like how my day went, and I'm going to kind of share a positive thing about the day. So, guys, prayer. We've talked about prayer. We've done scripture on prayer. We just talked about it, okay? And I'm going to share how prayer today impacted the day, I think, in a good day, as I'm reviewing my day, okay? I like to always review the days, go through it, and today was an interesting day. Let me tell you why it is an interesting day. So, I typically watch my kids one day a week, maybe two. Well, this week is going to be interesting, okay? I've already watched them today. I got them tomorrow. And then my wife goes out of town Friday through Monday with her mother on a trip. That was my idea. Say, hey, go hang out with your mom on a trip. There we go. Mother, daughter. Wonderful. But let me tell you about today. So typically, my wife just works 2 days a week. And people that know my guide trips and stuff, like how my schedule goes, typically Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm on the water. This week was different because she took a work job an hour and 20 minutes away from our house. So her parents couldn't watch the kids, they're out of town, and so I'm watching them these 2 days. The babysitter has them Thursday, whatever. Y'all don't even care about all that. But let me talk about today. So I have the kids today. My wife leaves the house at 6:30. I have the kids till she gets home at 6. So from she leaves at 6:30 to 6. I watch them a lot, no big deal. But when you have a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old all day, okay, it's been chaotic, right, at times. So today, prayer, we prayed a lot as a family. Not just, we would pray at breakfast, we prayed lunch. The dinner was an interesting prayer because we were kind of everywhere, and I just stopped the house and has prayer. So we prayed 3 times as a family, and then there were other times that I just prayed. And it seemed like the day went really well. Now, Jimmy, is the day always going to go well when you pray? Guys, I can't tell you yes or no. But no, for my sake today, it made an impact. I see it make an impact on the kids. It made an impact on me. I mean, my biggest thing today was asking for patience. Like, Lord, I asked God for patience with these kids. Not just patient with them, but like on decision making. On, hey, when my 3-year-old punches the 1-year-old, like he did today, and I even overreacted a little bit probably, and then I stopped and said, "Oh, sorry," but like. Just there, like how to handle them. Like I handled him pretty good today. He's an angel, like 85% of the time. The other 15%, he's not an angel. He is the devil right now. Okay, he's a devil. 3-year-olds, y'all all know if you've raised a 3-year-old. Mine right now is something else. Anyway, but yeah, guys. So it impacted my day. So for your day, how many times are you praying? Are you praying faithfully? Are you praying meaningfully? Sometimes you just kind of pray to say a prayer. No, you got to mean it. That's my one thing with it is mean it. Go through it. Lord wants you to. He doesn't want you to go halfway with it. He wants you to go all in on it. So that's one thing today. I was kind of thinking about it. Like when I'm on my trips with people in the boat, that y'all see right here, icon. Like when I'm in the trips or in your boat, like I might just pray before. Like I don't pray during that 8 hours on the water. So thinking about that, and I know when I was teaching, I'd pray in the classroom. That's kind of my time, when the kids leave in between. So something I might need to do more on the water, not for like asking to go find fish and catch fish, but other stuff that we have more meaning. So anyway, guys, appreciate it. Let me know what you think. Thank you very much, and guys, we'll see you on the next one.